it is super important to know if your images and stories that you create for all the different types of information that you're learning actually work, that you're able to come back to them at a different time and recall the information. And so you want to make sure that you're able to do that, because if you can't recall your images and stories, you have nothing. So here's a quick way to test to see if your images and stories are working for you. So you can get any type of information out there. So maybe it's the ice cream flavors at Baskin Robbins. And so as you can tell, there's a lot of different ice cream flavors. And maybe you want to memorize them. So you don't have to memorize all of them. You want to memorize enough information that's giving your memory just a little bit of a push, okay? It's not completely out your comfort zone, but it's not so comfortable for you, like, 10 words. You're like, that's a piece of cake. I could do that in my sleep. You want something that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable, okay? And so you go through and memorize all of these flavors, and you only go through them one time. You don't review or anything. And then the next day, that's when you quiz yourself. Because when you're quizzing yourself, now you're seeing which images stuck and which ones didn't. And that's going to allow you to see, hey, when I create images of this type, it doesn't really work out. Or when I have this kind of story, it's really easy to forget. And so once you do that, once you have your images and you're quizzing yourself, now you're able to figure out exactly what images are working for you, what story types are working for you. And so you're able to find all these different weak points when it comes to creating your images and stories. Now, I always talk about how reviewing is so important, right? But this is a fantastic way when you don't review and all you're doing is relying on your images and stories that you created one time, and that's it. So every time you review, you make your images stronger, right? So you're taking that out of the equation. So all of these different flavors, for this example, have the equal chance. And so this is what you want to do maybe once a month or so, just to make sure that your images and stories are doing what they're supposed to do, which is being memorable. And it could be a lot of fun because you're going to find out a lot of different things about how you memorize, why you like these images over these sets of images. And so it's really cool to actually figure out exactly what really works for you, because if you know what works for you, then you could constantly and consistently use that type of imagery and storytelling in order for you to remember the information a lot easier. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.